You are now live. Yeah, it's Lock West in the morning. Dash Radio, the spin room. You know what it is.
What up, party peoples? We back on this Taco Tuesday. You like that, huh? Little Taco Tuesday. No? Okay. All right, man.
Stick to your day job.
Okay. That's all good, man. All right. We the spin room. I be your man, Bigg Pwee. That's Big Les. That's DJ Ron, CJ, Tasha. On this Taco Tuesday, we're going to get into One Gotta Go and Pee Wee's Pet Peeve. You guys ready for One Gotta Go?
Let's do it.
All right, man. This gentleman right here, we all know. He's been in the black family for a long time. Why you laughing, Ron? You know I gotta set it up, man. This dude, he's like the Billy D of film, man. You know what I'm saying? Anybody know who I'm talking about? He's like the Billy D of film.
Who is Billy D?
That's okay, Tasha. It's all right.
You never seen Mahogany? Oh my God. Okay, never mind.
Tosh, you're supposed to be in film. You should know these people.
Then how is he gonna be the Billy D of film?
So the person I'm talking about is like the Billy D of film. Like it was Billy D first, and now it's him.
Oh.
Well, it's not him anymore. It was him at one point. All the ladies loved him. Y'all still don't know who I'm talking about?
Morris Chestnut?
No, heck no.
Ooh, I have no idea who you're talking about.
What?
You mean like a
Denzel
film?
Washington. What's the look for? All right, so you telling me Denzel wasn't like the Billy D of?
All the ladies did love him when he was in Training Day.
Yeah, but like Billy D was on some real debonair, you know, one sentence, one look, one glance. Like Denzel's not that actor. Denzel is like, I will kill you. You know what I mean? Where Billy D was just like Colt 45, smooth and cool, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was Billy. That sure was Billy.
Hey, quick story, man. I don't know if y'all saw that. I don't know if it wasn't unsung, but it was something they had on Billy D, and he was talking about him being sexy. He said, "This is a quote unquote. I used to make girls come by me just talking to them."
Believe that.
Just talk. He said he used to make girls come without just talking to them. He wouldn't even have sex with them. He'd be like, "Yeah, baby, yeah, you know," and it'd just be.
That's smooth.
I was like, "Damn."
Back in his day.
A couple movies. Let me find.
I mean, I believe it. It's happened to me before.
Oh, did it?
You mean you came when she was talking to you? Like
No, not at all, Ron. I saw the joke coming. I already saw that joke coming.
All right, Pee Wee. So Denzel gets who? Who got who?
All right, here we go. So One Gotta Go, Denzel Washington, man. Training Day, Denzel Washington Training Day, or Denzel Washington, America's Gangster.
Okay, I already. Yeah, okay.
Why y'all looking confused?
Are we talking about the movie in total or his acting in these movies?
We talking about the movie total. Denzel Washington in the movie total. You know what I'm saying? One Gotta Go. Let me make sure something real quick. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. All right. So here we go. One Gotta Go. We're gonna start off with you first, DJ Ron C. One Gotta Go, Training Day, or America's Gangster.
Man, Denzel killed, man, and King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Oh man, I'm telling you. So, he killed it in that movie, man. My nigga, you know, my nigga. Okay, I'm gonna go with Training Day, man. Training Day got to stay, so I got to get rid of Gangster, American Gangster.
All right. Jay Tasha, American Gangster, or Training Day?
Well, they are both different times of his career. He was very young and early in Training Day, and he had to mature in American Gangster.
That's not true.
They're only 6 years apart.
A
Two
lot.
movies are 6 years apart.
A lot of acting happened in that. He did like 5 Man on Fires in between. But I'm going to have to say he did kill in Training Day, so American Gangster gotta go.
Okay. All right. Big Les.
Wow, I feel opposite about this. I actually had an attitude. I'm glad that for political reasons he won the Oscar for Training Day, but I'm still mad that when you look at his body of work of like Hurricane and Malcolm X that he should have won for, that I was like, Training Day? He played like Pookie on the Block. Like that wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't a stretch for him. So I have an attitude about that movie. However, it was the bomb. American Gangster was the bomb too. So I think I'm going to keep American Gangster and get rid of Training Day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Uh-oh. It just
And not because it was like Harlem and New York and all that other stuff.
Yeah,
I just felt like he had to pull himself back to be like that real methodical, cool gangster versus like but he was dope and wild with it too in Training Day, which is a stretcher. So it's tough because they were both the bomb movies, but I think I'm going with American Gangster.
In American Gangster, though, he did imitate, like he had to mimic that gangster. So it wasn't too much acting, I guess you could say. But I think like Training Day, he had to pull that out of something.
But I think you can't just, a lot of times these actors don't even watch some of the body of work of the people they have to portray. They'd rather read the story. Like when we watch, what's his name from Black Panther, who's done like a gazillion biopics of every actor you can imagine, or every person, you can imagine. He completely has to transform himself. And that might even be harder to make you believe a real person than a fictional character. So I think, again, I stick with keeping American Gangster and Training Day gotta go.
All right. So, ladies and gents, hit us up right now on our IG page inside the storage. You can get your vote on right now. Denzel Washington, Training Day, or American Gangster. Let us know who you voting on. I'm going to have to go with Big Les on this one, man. American Gangster, I'm going to keep. Training Day, I'm going to get rid of. That is the one gotta go. So let us know right now. Get your vote on. All right, man. Let's get it popping. Pee Wee's Pet Peeve. With this COVID-19 thing going on right now, and, last week I was talking about people putting on a mask and people upset that they got to wear masks and stuff like that. The big talk right now is, kids going back to school. I think that's my big pet peeve right now, that it's sad. One thing, it's sad. The other thing is that this government is trying to put kids at risk. And I think that's my pet peeve right now, the fact that you have a government that actually is acting like they don't care. The fact that we understand that if you put people together, it is a chance to spread the COVID virus. We know that. It's a mess. The fact that kids have been quarantined themselves. We haven't had study on kids. But we know that in Georgia, there was a 2-year-old or a 6-year-old that came down with COVID. And so at the end of the day, when you look at kids catching COVID, maybe their immune system can, their immune system can help them out a little bit more because they're younger. But at the end of the day, you still may come home and give it to your grandma, your parents, or whoever else, even the teachers at school. So my pet peeve right now is, man, the government is, I feel really at the end of the day, is not caring about the people, is trying to force their hand to get people to go back to school and get away from, the social distance. Yes,
so
Les.
Since you can tell I'm itching, right?
Yeah.
Since you have young ones at home, are you not letting them go back to school?
They are not going to school. They will be learning from home.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
And I say that because, again, I have a 7-year-old. And again, when you look at kids at the end of the day, at a young age, they're really not going to keep the mask on. At some point, the mask is going to come off. They're touching stuff. They don't wash their hands on a regular. You know what I'm saying? So, they contract germs. That's the one thing, as we all know for years, kids bring germs and stuff like that home from school. We know that. So I think, especially coming into, we're right around the corner from flu season. So, here we go.
Yeah. Can I share something with you guys? And this is not to be a Debbie Downer, but I saw a story, I think it was on Facebook, of a father talking about how his 10-year-old committed suicide because of this quarantine, that he got sick of playing whatever that game is that they're playing now.
Fortnite.
That he couldn't go out and be with his friends, that he felt like, oh my God, I'm never going to see my friends and family again. And he hung himself. He was 10. And so trying to find a way, and I think I'm not advocating for the government in this way at all, that you want people or kids to be social and stuff, that you have to find a way to make this happen. But sending them back to school is not the way at all, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, my pet peeve right now with it, I agree with you. I don't like how they are letting people out of prison because of the quarantine, but yet you're sending kids to school. That doesn't make any sense. No. You're talking about in the confined area where people are in prison and because they can catch it from another inmate or however the case may be, but yet you're going to send kids to school where it can travel even faster. I don't get it. But that's my pet peeve with the government right now.
Yeah. And I think, really, when you look at it too, like the teachers, I mean, half of these teachers are of age too. None of these teachers are young teachers. You're like, most teachers are, close to like their 30s and up, So I just, for me, it's just, I'm with you, Jay Tasha. It's just such a frustrating situation where like one thing is okay, but the other isn't. And then, they play the game and the politics and how they word certain things to speak to certain groups of people and to make it seem like, no, it's okay to do that because I would do it. But you know that you're not sending your child to school. You know what I'm saying? Especially these politicians. These politicians make major money. So half of them, they got nannies and stuff like that that's going to sit at home and homeschool their kids. Now, let's talk about the average Joe that's out here just trying to, get by. They don't have nobody to watch their kids. They may not have, a grandparent, or someone to watch their kid while they homeschool. So that puts them in a situation to force them because they got to keep a roof over their head. They got to keep food on the table. It forces their hand. Yeah, it forces their hand. And now I got to force my child got to go to school. But I think it's whack. It's whack. And I'm with you, Les, to figure something else out. And I think that's what my beef is with this government is it's one way or the other. It's not trying to find a compromise.
But let me pick it back off of that, man. One of the things too that you guys need to think about, I don't know, you probably have thought about it, but even like you were saying earlier, Pee Wee, average Joe don't have money to go spend on, daycare and stuff like that, man. You know what I mean, at this point because of jobs and stuff like that. Now, you think about this too. They fighting right now about the unemployment monies and stuff like that, man. And so right now, everybody got to go back to work. So, you know what I mean? What do you do with your kids? The kids got to just stay home and get taught, but by who? It's got to be by you, right? So what's happening? So it's like a cycle, man, going round and round, man. Especially with this with number 45, man. He's clueless, man, and he's gonna make this world the worst it's ever been.
Let's just pray he's not able to do that tactic of, delaying the presidential election or whatever he is up to. I just want COVID to knock on the White House door and swarm him like a cape. Please.
Well, please. I will say this, Les, even though he doesn't have the power to do that, that's Congress has to vote on that. But
we know who's in Congress, right? So.
Right.
They're not going to vote.
Yeah. I have a question.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to delay that.
How are we voting in November if we're in quarantine?
Polls will still be open, but what is it? The
gotta make an appointment.
No, you got to stand in line. You got to stand in line and be 6 parts, 6.
Yeah, they're doing that.
You touch the same. Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the absentee ballots, the mail-in ballots, and then you can stand in line.
Yeah. Same way that you can at the store now. You know what I'm saying? 6 feet behind. Write it down. Get in there. You just gonna plan to be there all day long.
What happened?
Yeah. And let truth be told, where the stories are gonna come out of is down in the South, where the voter
before with Bush and all of that stuff. So
that's.
Yeah,
I mean, you saw it in Kentucky where they had only one polling place open and they closed it early. And then in Georgia, not too long ago, people were standing in line for 3, 4, 5 hours just to vote.
And then they were trying to say that the mail-in ballots, not only did they show up late because the postal system was slow because people weren't working, but they were also saying that there were things that weren't filled out properly, or signatures, or things weren't dated. They had every excuse imaginable, be like, well, we can't accept this form. We can't accept this form. And it's like, who's saying that? And can you prove it? But, you know, we could be talking about politics and everybody get your ass and vote whatever it
That's
takes.
it. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? All right, man, that's Bigg Pwee's pet peeve. Denzel Washington, One Gotta Go. Training Day or American Gangster. Get your vote on right now at the IG Inside the Story. That's Jay Tasha. That's DJ Ron C. That's Big Les. I'll be Bigg Pwee. Don't forget, subscribe. Click on that bell on our YouTube page. You guys have a good Tuesday. All right? Peace.
Yeah. You are now live